Hi Mashable India, welcome to my home. So actually this is an old Parsi house. This belonged to my great-grandfather and it's been passed down through generations. My mom sort of gifted to me in a way when I said I wanted to move out and live on my own. But if you can see, it's got very high ceilings. It is a very old building. So it's got that vintage kind of aesthetic. So this is basically the dining room. We don't really use it much to eat. This is more for like decoration in a way. And I also use it a lot for my shoots. So it's very convenient for me. This is my poster wall. This was actually my lockdown project to keep me busy and sane. I literally handpicked every poster you're seeing over here. I got it framed and then I literally spray painted every single poster. So if you can see, I'm a big Marvel fan. I love my superheroes. So basically any superhero one. I love Batman, I love Deadpool, and yeah, it's just kind of like my personality thrown on a wall. This cabinet is actually about 50 to 60 years old and everything in it belongs to my parents. So there are also like these really cool glasses and I'll show you. It's got my family's initials actually ingrained on it. So he had it embellished on the glass. So yeah, just really cool Parsi stuff. Honestly, some of them will go back to about 80 to 100 and some of them, like I said, all the ones with a little embellishment on it are easily about 80 to 100 years old. So we have to keep them very carefully. My dad will be really upset if I break anything. Something I love is this set. It's actually a tea set and it's made of like eggshells. If you even touch it, you'll see how light it is. And I find it stunning because I feel the work on it, everything on it, it's not something you see today. So yeah, this is another really nice cabinet that I had made. Actually, this is my favorite shelf because it's got my mom and dad on their wedding night and it's got my grandmother. People say I actually look a lot like my grandmother, so I love that photo and that's me and my little brother. You know, I've always said I think I have like a slightly old soul, so I love stuff that looks a little vintage, that looks a little old. I think I really am happy about like, you know, the style awards and even this one. This is actually a streaming award from my first web series called The Trip, with 3 of my other girlfriends. So I think that's very special because that meant a lot. It was a good show, it was fun to shoot, and I made 2 very good friends because of it. This was the Femina Award for charity because I actually work with a very lovely charity organization called the Shiksha Foundation, which promotes education for underprivileged girls. Okay, so this is like basically my main place in the house because every time I wake up in the morning, I sit here, I have my cup of coffee, I read my newspapers. I basically chill out for an hour as soon as I wake up. And yeah, this couch for me is one of my favorite, most comfortable pieces of furniture. So this clock I got with my dad, it's not vintage, but because it looks vintage, I love it. So, you know, to add to the aesthetic of the house, like I said, because it's so old and it's in an old building, I actually have bought a lot of new things which resemble vintage pieces. So this is actually my grandfather's typewriter. This is vintage. It doesn't work. So I used it as a display because I feel like, you know, it's really cool. It's like a piece of history. I mean, imagine from this we went to computers. So it's just odd for me. Okay, so now guys, I'm going to take you to my bedroom and my closet and I'm going to introduce you to 2 very special people. Well, not people. Alright, this is the bedroom. So this is Gabbar. He's actually my second cat and he came to us with a lot of medical problems. He's got a slight skin problem, but now he's much better. I don't know, my life is just so much better with these idiots in it. That's Leela. She's a little scared, but if you get her, she's very pretty. So I adopted Leela first and I got her literally this year in February and I got this boy in April. They're both about a year old. He's slightly older, but they're very sweet. This is the room I spend the most amount of time in, my bedroom, where sometimes I just lie down and I binge watch all my TV shows. As you can see, this wall, again, is something I did myself. This is more me and it's a little more intricate. These are just things I've actually picked up when I was on vacation and I had them put here. And here you see the room is actually very open. I don't have any cupboards or anything because I'm constantly on the go. So for me, it's about just pulling out what I need, packing it in a suitcase, and then just bouncing. This is my pin-up board. So I had this even when I was in school, when I used to live with my parents. I always had a pin board, and it's something that I wanted to bring to my house as well because I feel like you find such random things when you're traveling. Again, it's not a vintage piece that looks like one, but it just vibes with the house, so I got it. You know, being an actor, I think I have a lot of like filmy things in the house, and this is again one of my favorite pieces. For the lamps, again, I wanted something that looks vintage and matches the vibe of the house, and I also wanted something black or white, and I realized white would get very dirty very fast. Okay, so I'm taking you guys into literally the best room of the house. This was my 13-year-old's dream. So yeah, as you can see, it's like sort of a chaotic but still organized mess. These are all my normal tops, then my dresses and all start here. You've got the skirts, you've actually got the long sleeve tops over here. So pants, jeans, basically all the bottoms. Then we've got jackets, and even the jackets I've organized in such a way where this is like sort of like the thicker jackets that you need when you go like somewhere very cold. And these are like the daily easy kind of jackets. Then you've got all the maxi dresses, all the long dresses, all the jumpsuits. This was actually the white dress, wedding dress that I wore in the series I did that I was talking about with the award from the trip, and I actually haven't worn it again. I've just kept it dry clean because I just feel like, I don't know, I can't let go of it. These are Michael Kors. I got them at Bicester Village in London, and I just love them. I love how high the heel is, and what I really like about them is the fact that they're very supportive. So they're not the most comfortable, but I can run in these, literally, if I choose to. These are another lovely pair of shoes. They're Burberry, and they were actually a gift from somebody. Thank you so much, Mashable India, for coming. I hope you guys liked my house and y'all enjoyed the tour. And I hope to see you all very, very soon.